So, Sean, look, I've come all the way to Cape Town to bring you one of these PYXIS cameras, the 12Ks.
Much appreciated.
And I guess we've got essentially a day to try and have a look at this new camera, at this new sensor, and see what it's capable of. We've got a set of Zeiss CP3s covering the full frame, right?
Yeah, correct.
That allows us to get any of the resolutions on the camera. It doesn't limit us at all. We can use open gate, 16:9, 2:3:4:1.
Yeah, and you know, this is our first hands-on with this camera for both of us, and we've kind of quickly set up 2 rigs that we think work.
Yeah.
It's really nice that we have the Zeiss CP3, so we're shooting across the same set of glass, which is really nice, and it gives us all these different focal ranges to play with. I figured in a day we could try just meshing around and see how much we could do and achieve, and put this camera to the test in a lot of different ways.
And look, this day that we're filming together is not the end of our little journey with these cameras. We're gonna basically go in separate ways. I'm gonna head back to Oz once I'm done here, and I've created a cloud for us, so we're gonna be able to upload all our footage from wherever you're filming and wherever I'm filming. We're gonna be able to get on Resolve, check it live. I think this opens up a lot of new interesting doors and pathways. I'm pretty keen to see what that cloud is capable of and if it's going to make the workflow easier.
Yeah, let's see what we can get in a day.
It's so wide. It's so heavy.
Okay, what have you got there this morning, Garth?
So on here we've got the Zeiss CP3. It's a T2.9, so pretty quick, but it is able to use the whole sensor, the full open gate 12K sensor on the PYXIS 12K, and it's looking incredibly wide. Have a look at that. So this is going to be the ideal lens to be testing out this view and this vista that we've got, and also we get to really see the detail of the sensor, and because there's a lot going on, small specks of light and buildings and foliage. So it should be quite a good test. Let's see how it goes.
For some time now, I've been looking for a camera that is the one camera, if I can put it that way. And the Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro has been a real workhorse for us. We're using it in remote scenarios, you know, in challenging weather conditions where you can't take a lot of gear with you. And then we've been using the Ursa Mini Pro 12K and the 12K OLPF. So my hope with the PYXIS 12K is that by rigging it up in a similar fashion, you have a lighter rig that's a bit more nimble, but can still fulfill all of the use cases that both the 6K Pro would be able to do and the Ursa Mini Pro 12K. And with a new sensor, you're actually getting a better image quality out of it.
With that 15mm, we're getting a huge amount of the frame, because that's, I think, where the money shot is with this type of sensors. Landscape shots where details are so important.
Big establishes, that sort of thing.
That's exactly.
And then you can just switch over to 8K or 4K, you know, for selective shooting if you're rolling a lot of content with contributors or that sort of thing.
So we're here in the Kirstenbosch Botanical Gardens looking for some natural beauty, whether it's trees, waterfalls, epic vistas. We're just sort of wandering through and exploring this place and seeing how this camera handles it. You know, we've had a bit of cloud cover come over, so it has darkened things a little bit, so it might push the camera a little bit in the shadowy areas, but I think it's also going to be a good indicator of color. There is so much green here and it's all very, very vibrant. So it's going to be great to see how it actually retains all that color, even at the 18:1 compression. But it's really hard to beat a place with this kind of beauty and hardy-dars going up above.
I can tell just looking at it in camera already is the dynamic range is definitely better in the PYXIS 12K, and it's pretty amazing seeing these scenes that are really contrasty with bright highlights and deep shadows And if you punch into those images, all of the detail is still there, which is pretty crazy.
I've never really had a box camera. I've always had cameras that sit on the shoulder and you put an EVF on and you just run and gun. Not that I can't do it with this, but I feel like there's a few more options. I think it's giving me so much in terms of an image, sharpness, clarity, and just something unique about having that full frame.
Hey Garth, how's it going, dude?
Yeah, not bad, man, not bad.
Nice to see you. I think you've been busy by the looks of our project here.
Yeah, man, been pretty busy putting the whole thing together and you know, trying to get it to look pretty good and yeah, dude, how's the cloud looking on your side?
It's looking great, dude. Everything's linked up. I can see everything on this end on the main timeline, and yeah, excited to see what you've put together. Should we have a watch through?
Yeah, dude, let's have a look. I reckon we can start right in the beginning and just look through this intro sequence.
Cool.
So working in the cloud, especially in these remote areas, seemed like something that would be impossible. But, you know, with a half-decent internet connection like Starlink, you're able to download the proxies and collaborate with someone sitting in Cape Town, which is half the world away. And, you know, we're able to see and communicate the edit to each other and see it live and play it back and feel like we're sitting in the same room and true collaboration happened. All right, so Sean, I just want to take you to the very end of this little sequence, and I just want to show you a really interesting old guy called Stanley. While I was on another shoot, I got a chance to go out with him and just do some really cool, interesting sequences with him. I've been shooting on the PYXIS 12K for a little while now, and I have got other jobs which use other cameras, but every time I pick up one of those other cameras, I feel myself wanting to go back to the PYXIS.
It's been pretty incredible to see what we've been able to get out of these images so far. Scenarios where you're shooting an interview frame and there's a window that's blown out in the background. The amount of detail that you're actually able to pull back from areas that data would have otherwise been lost in has been really incredible. There's a really interesting use case for us with the PYXIS 12K. We can shoot in full frame at 12K or 8K depending on where we're going with the footage. But often, as is the case with wildlife, you're trying to photograph things like birds or there's wildlife that's further away, you need a bit more reach on your lens. And with that, you have the ability to use a 9K mode where you can get that extra additional reach through the crop factor, and you're not losing anything as far as image quality or dynamic range. I'm really excited about the PYXIS 12K because it ticks all of the boxes in terms of image quality and form factor and usability in remote locations around the world. And I think for me, the PYXIS 12K really can be that everything camera.